So we have a masked person that's in Kamari's place, and she was there for only one reason, to assassinate Kamari herself. But her guards was not trying to let that happen. So the guards did something that he loved to do, and immediately started the first fight. So she humbly accepts the challenge and sends some attacks back to counter. So she decided to go fall back, but Bellius was not trying to let her do that. So he chased her down and started swinging, and she was just toying around with him the whole entire time. She was basically taking him as a joke. So once she got done, she started insulting them that they were just too weak, and she's gonna make another attempt later on.
The next day.
The same ass female was in the same party as Kamari, and she went there to check up on her because of all the rumors that was happening. So once she found out the truth about her winnings, she started to spaz out, and she considered her as a fraud. So after she got done collecting herself, she reintroduced herself, and she's the same person that bullied her. So while she was stunned and shocked, Millicent decided to use that time to strike back, but Bellius was a W body blocker, so he pushed Kamari to the spaghetti. Oh man, I wanted some. I mean, he managed to take the hit. So once that happened, that's when everyone wants to go into panic mode. But I'm not gonna lie, some of them was actually smart for running, because Vilhais went for the attack trying to strike Millicent, but Millicent dodged the attack and it got two random people, and now they look like Bob Broly. So now she was taunting about how her aim was worse than a stormtrooper, but Vilhais was not trying to take that type of disrespect. But the Empress decided to go join in, and now it was about to be a 2v1, but she was smart about knowing her odds of winning. So the first thing she done is look at Kamari, and she was feeling even more afraid from all the trauma she caused on her. So Millicent started rushing down towards her before the Empress could do something, and managed to catch everyone off guard in time. And Kamari's going through it while Millicent's enjoying every single second. So before she decided to leave the place, she gave Kamari a special cut. So once she gave her a special present, she decided to make her grand exit by clashing with the Empress. Once she left, Vilhais tried to check up on her, but she was too traumatized to have a conversation with her, leaving Millicent the ultimate victor.
The next day.
Once Kamari's subordinates heard what happened, they wanted to have all the smoke, but obviously they can't do that right now, unless they want to end up like Bellius, and he can't recover the injury that he received because of the artifact that Millicent used. So for the time being, they all had to go work on an investigation. Why they had to do that for the person in the back? Good question. Well, because there's a spy among them. So while all that was happening, Kamari was having memories about her getting bullied relentlessly at that, not giving her no break at all. But there was one time that she had enough, so you'll think that she'll go fight back, right? That's just not the case. She decided to go run off, but we only see small parts of her memory left because her memory got hazy. And now we cut back to Kamari. That part is very important to remember, so keep that in mind. Then we see Vilhais trying to check up on Kamari, and she cooked her an omelet. So Kamari questioned why she would do all this for her, so she decided to give a letter to her, and her letter is telling her the reason why she's doing all of this, and she decided to put it off to the side for now. So while all that was happening, she was praising Kamari on how amazing she was. So while Kamari was listening with her eyes closed, this is the thing that she hears.
There are more than you know.
No matter how hard you try, you can't sugarcoat on what we just heard, because she got stabbed from Kamari's biggest op. And when I tell you that she doesn't care, she really doesn't. And now she made her put special ketchup. Get it? Because she's a vampire, and you know that all that jazz. Come on, I thought it was a good joke, right? So Millicent was enjoying her visit, but then she decided to let Vilhais go. And honestly, Kamari wanted to go check up on her, but Millicent instantly declined her. After that, she was reminiscing on how she bullied her. Then she decided to go grab Vilhais and take her in as hostage. Then she lets Kamari know where she needs to meet her at, and she wants her to come in alone. So she decided to break her window and make her exit. So now Kamari don't know what to do, and she's deciding if she should actually go. But then she started having memories of her being clutch and being a W friend. But then she remembered about the letter. So then she decided to actually read it. And here's what it basically said. She was also a victim of bullying from yours truly, Millicent. And she got bullied so much that she don't even react anymore. So she turns crazy over this and decided to have this idea instead.
So should we kill her then?
And of course, our friends thought that she was going a little bit too far. But bullying them isn't going too far in the first place though? Yeah, okay. But I also want you to keep this in mind as well. So as soon as she's about to go eliminate her, Kamari decided to go and stop her. But here's the twist though. Now they decided to go switch targets to her. And while all that was happening, Vilhais was watching, afraid to step up. And she felt extremely terrible about this. So she decided to become a maid and atone for her sins for not helping. So Kamari was crying like crazy. And she said, you know what? It's time to step up and be the leader. Man, I'm already proud of this character. So once she decided to go outside, her subordinate was waiting for her, and she was confused on how he found her. And bro used a piece of hair at Kamari's, and he decided to turn on his personal UAV, and that's how he found her. And bro was excited to spin back on Kamari's ops that he brought the gang with him. And we managed to see that Bellius is now fully healed. While she was happy to see him okay, there was still one major problem. She was told that she had to go alone, so instead she wanted them to stay in her office till everything was over. We all know they ain't gonna listen, but after that we got to the part where we see Millicent, and guess what? The traitor, the same dude dude that wanted to go after her multiple times. And he was questioning her on why Vilhaze was there, but she simply ignored him and decided to injure her instead. But the one main problem, bro was yapping a little bit too much to her. So she walked up towards him and put him out of commission. And she was like, if he kept on talking, she would finish him off. But that's when the main character decided to show up, and she was ready to deal with this situation. Before anything starts, she started telling her backstory and how she tried to become the Reverse Flash.
Flashback.
So her father hired someone to get her stronger and hope that there's a chance that she can have a core explosion. And let me explain what a core explosion is. It's basically a strong power only a few exceptions can get, and it also imbalances every law in that world. And that can make you extremely strong in certain cases. But anyway, she had to endure some tough training, close to near death, in order to get a chance to have a core implosion. So she was just working hard every single day to try to obtain the power. But guess who was the main one complaining about her progress? Her father! And on top of that, he kept on comparing her to Kamari. And that just basically gave her a whole mental stack like she's playing a fighting game. I'm not gonna lie, if I heard that complaining, I would have instantly crashed out. I'm not gonna lie. Because getting put into near death every single time just to be better than the other family, nah, you got me fucked up. But anyways, later on in the next day, she hears that someone got a core implosion. So she meets the person, and the person is Vilhaze. And her power is to see someone's future if they drink their blood. She just basically said you're very unfortunate with no explanation. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a valid reason to crash out. The one and only time to, and not just bully her. Those are two different things. Because instead of that, you can tell her what's going to happen and so that she can try to prevent it. I get it if she didn't get a chance to explain, but all I gotta say, she shouldn't have started off like that. Like, hello? But I felt bad for her for what she had to go through because that was completely unnecessary. But she also could have said it in a different way. I'm just saying. But like I was saying from before, Kamari stopped her from actually being OD.
The next day.
Millicent was getting her daily training with her instructor, and bro was acknowledging her skills. But then after that, bro became a D1 gaslighter. Cause bro was like, you ain't gonna get stronger unless you kill someone that you don't like. So she took that advice at heart, and the next day she went harder on the bullying. So she tried to do something that would fully break her by taking her mother's pendant, but that didn't work out for her at all because she immediately got murked like she was from Undertale. And guess what? Her friends got murked as well, as deserved. But Millicent only got punished though. And that was basically the end of the backstory.
End of flashback.
So once she got done yapping, Kumar realized one of her subordinates was there. And he was saying that he was a spy and try to work with her. But he didn't know that she was going to be this crazy. And the only reason why he's saying that because she used an artifact that officially finishes people off with no reboots. You can only spectate or go back to the lobby. But bro was yapping a little bit too much to her. Because Millicent activated a team skill with Kamari, and both of them went after him like they're from Marvel Rivals. The only reason why Kamari did that so she can reboot him at full HP. But anyways, so Millicent started to fight acting like she's Vegeta, and Kamari had to dodge everything like she's Goku. So after she dodged all of that, Kamari decided to go close the gap, but Millicent was not trying to let her. So she had to place down a barrier to protect herself. But sadly, the barrier was not enough, and the barrier was destroyed. And that managed to press Kamari back. Millicent used that downtime to go play with her food. And she decided to use an AoE taunt just because how weak she is. Like, she's actually giving most of the red flags in this fight. But Kamari was not trying to let that slide and rushes towards her. That's when Millicent humbly takes a challenge and fires a spell at her. But little does she know she got hit with a solar flare. So Kamari used that chance to send her off flying with the explosion spell. Then she decided to hit her with a Amandara special and crush her like Obito. So Millicent's hand started moving like a cockroach, and then that was basically game for now. She basically faked her own death. She didn't fake her death because of that strategy. Oh, no. It's because she wants her to feel true despair before finishing her off. So she gave her a DBI kick just for the fun of it. So after she got done making fun of her, she socks her back to the ground. But she thought that was not good enough. So she threatened to kill Vil. But Kamari was not trying to let that happen. So she hit her with a spinning kick, and she made sure she winded it up. So she started to fire a blast at her. Then she hit her with a follow-up attack, and that sent her flying all the way to Vil. And I can tell you for sure she ain't getting up from that. But here's the part where Millicent messed up at, because Vil conveniently wakes up, but then she also has a trap card, and so she gave her some blood. And ladies and gentlemen, all I gotta say is basically game at this point, because giving Kamari blood activates her core implosion. And keep this in mind, it's one of, if not the strongest one. So she instantly pushes her back, and when she thought she had some distance, Kamari put fear in her heart. So once Millicent realized she messed up, Kamari started to pity her. And honestly, Millicent did not like that at all. So she decided to fire her best move in her arsenal. And while that was happening, Kamari's army came by in time to watch the slaughter. So once Kamari got done aura farming, she knocked away the blast like it was nothing. So she tried to fire another spell, but then I ain't gonna lie, she messed up heavy. So she tried to go for her last ditch effort, and that also failed, leaving her armless. So Kamari decided to grip her up and decided to say she'll give her mercy. So she accepts fate, and that was basically game. And this is why you don't really bully weaklings in anime. It always not end up good. But anyways, this anime is good and I highly recommend that you should check it out. It's called A Vexation of a Shut-In Vampire. And I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna be there for a treat. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have anything else to say, but I really do hope that you enjoyed this type of video. And if you did enjoy this type of video, I'd like to appreciate it, share it, be nice. Make sure to go check out stuff in the description. It has my Discord server and my Twitch. Most importantly, you should subscribe as well. Turn on notifications to get notified when I'm posting the next anime review. Also, I'll be posting anime reviews and gacha stuff as well on this channel. Also, some clips of rivals. I know it's like a quick plug-in, but hey, I just don't know what else to say though. But I'm just letting y'all know ahead of time though too. So yeah. Anyways, I yap a little bit too much and I hope you have a good rest of the day. And I hope to see you next time in a different video. If not, I hope you have a good life. I love y'all.